Hey, good morning everybody. Today we're going to put together a super inexpensive South Florida fishing rig. This is a sliding sinker rig, and I went to Walmart and I bought all the stuff to make this rig. And if you're going to be fishing saltwater, this is a very versatile fishing rig, and it can be used with live shrimp or cut squid or anything, and it's really super inexpensive. And I can go over the costs. I have the receipt here from everything that we purchased at Walmart, and I even got a new cast net too. So I ripped my old cast net and I bought this 6 foot 3/8 inch cheap net. It was 40 bucks from Walmart. And this is what you're going to need to just throw the net on the beach. Get yourself some shiners and you know, sometimes you pick up a blue crab or two. And the reason is 6 feet is manageable, okay, for somebody that's not throwing it all the time. And 3/8 inch mesh is the right size hole. So when they talk about 3/8 inch, they're talking about the holes inside the net, these little squares, and that's 3/8 of an inch, and that's perfect for the bait that we want to catch. So here's the rig. We need to get some bullet weights, they call these, or sliding sinkers, okay? And these are, I think these are 1/4 ounce, yeah, 1/4 ounce, okay? I got some Tsunami Pro swivels, barrel swivels. These are 65 pounds a piece. I like those. And some 1/0 circle hooks. These are the Eagle Claw ones. They're inexpensive. They don't last a real long time, but if you're just a hobbyist, then no big deal. And for leader material, I got some Zebco Omniflex. All right, let me tell you why I did it this way. The reason why I do it with Omniflex instead of actual leader material is you lose a lot of rigs doing this, because you're kind of heavy and you're throwing it and you're going near mangroves, you're going into structure. You're gonna lose this. This right here was $1.50, and I got 150 yards of it versus, I think, $10 for maybe 10 yards of regular leader material. And if you look at it, it's 50 pounds. It's pretty much the exact same thing. So if you're on a budget, you can go ahead and get this. If you're a hobbyist, this is just fine for leader material. And let's talk about how we're going to rig this thing. Okay, I'm just going to draw it out for you real quick so it makes sense. This is called a sliding sinker rig. Okay, and the reason why we like a sliding sinker is because we're going to fish in tidal waters where the water is moving. So let's just draw the bank of, say, a channel or a canal or an inlet. Okay, let's just say the water is flowing this direction. Okay, so you got a lot of pressure going into this inlet. The fish are all going to be sitting face first into this stream. They like just as much as you and I do to have their food delivered to them, and they're going to sit there and wait for all their food to come to them. You are going to be fishing up here, and you're going to be dropping your lines in here, and then you're going to let it drift down to them. A floating or a sliding sinker rig allows for the line to slide through these barrel these bullet weights, okay, these egg sinkers. So here's your fishing line, and you've got a 1/4 ounce sinker on there that can slide back and forth on this line, that goes down to a barrel swivel that goes to leader material, about 2.5 feet of it, to your hook. Okay, and this swivel right here is able to move back and forth, but it will stay for the most part way up here in the channel while your clear rig drifts down to the fish here. The fish can see underwater, they can detect rigs, and this is why this rig is so foolproof. This works in freshwater too for catfish and such, and rivers and things. But this tends to sit in one spot while all this drifts down. So you want to open up your bail and let some line out, let the line drift down, and you'll catch a lot of fish actually this way. I've been fishing this way for 15 years in South Florida. Of course, I do other things like free lining, and I do some lure fishing, but this is a foolproof way to catch fish on the beach, in channels, in inlets, anywhere there's moving water, which is pretty much everywhere down in South Florida. All right, so let's get started on putting the rig together. All right, so we got everything we need. We got our leader cut, 2.5 feet long. We've got our 1/4 ounce weight. We've got our 1 ounce circle hook, and we've got our barrel swivel. And this is the line coming off of your fishing rod. All right, now down here I like to use 20-pound braid. You know, if you're going to actually hunt fish and you don't want to break off, you're not doing it for sport, I do 20-pound braid. This is not 20-pound braid. This is like 80-pound braid. But I'd like you to be able to see what I'm doing, so I'm just using a thicker braid for this. All right, the first step I do is I double up the bottom of the line coming off. This end of the line is tied. This end of the line is tied to the rod. Okay, so I double up my end of my braid, and I'm just going to make a simple knot like this, so it gives me double the strength of where I'm going to tie on my barrel swivel. Okay, so I've just effectively doubled the tensile strength of that line by doing that. And then I take this egg sinker, 1/4 ounce, and slide it up in through. Okay, so it goes up. All right, then I'm going to do a surgeon's knot on this barrel swivel. Okay, and if you don't know how to do one of those, it's pretty straightforward and simple. It's effectively just a twist situation, and then you feed it back through. So let's do it real quick so you can see. So we got the swivel in this hand. We've just put it through the eye of the swivel, and we're going to twist it 3 or 4 times around the other line, and then we're going to feed it back up through and pull it tight. But you want to make sure that this does not come out. So we're going to pull it tight, and you can see a very nice clean knot. So now you've got this set up where this egg sinker is stopped by the swivel. Okay, and then we're going to add our leader material with the same knot that we just used. Okay, the bottom of the swivel, surgeon's knot. We're not doubling this up though. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and give ourselves 1, 2, 3 turns, feed it back up through, hold it. Some people like to get it a little wet to get it lubricated so it doesn't stretch too much. And you've got a beautiful setup there. And with your pliers, your snips, you're going to want to trim off the excess. Okay, you don't want any of this stuff getting caught up in weeds, and anything you leave off of this rig is going to get caught up on stuff. Okay, you don't want that. And we're going to go down to the end of the leader material, and we're going to do the exact same thing with the hook. Okay, surgeon's knot. Some people call it a clinch knot, I think. Feed it back through. And then whenever you're pulling on hooks, a good tip is to put your thumb up inside the hook so you don't ever worry about hooking yourself. It's the worst. Okay, and then trim off the excess. And then up at the very top, if you've got any excess up here, that will keep your swivel from hitting the barrel. Not a huge deal, but But there you go. Now you've got a very, very, very cool rig to take out into the islands. Catch trout, snapper, snook, redfish, anything. Okay, and as you can see, so we can simulate this, here's our hook down here. We've tossed it in the water, and the tide is now dragging this bait down into the water, and this stays somewhat in one place. It doesn't usually stay all in one spot, but you can see how that could be super effective. Okay, makes sense. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, please subscribe. I'm Captain House. Have a great day.